Morning, Unitic here. It is Wednesday, April 29th, and I'm just past Greenbelt National Park, about a dozen miles outside of Washington, D.C., and spent a couple of rest days in Greenbelt National Park. It's an interesting park, kind of built intentionally in the heart of an urban area back in the 1950s, I believe. It's kind of a retreat for the urban masses. It's a part of Greenbelt City, which was a planned city that was constructed back in the 50s as well, designed that all the residents could basically walk most anywhere they needed to on a daily basis. So it's kind of cool. I'm on my way into Georgetown to the C&O Canal Path today. Tomorrow begins the protests for May Day, National Lyme Protest Day, in front of the Infectious Diseases Society of America's headquarters, the self-appointed body that determines what a disease is for you and I, and in turn what's allowable treatments for medical doctors, and what in turn insurance companies will or will not pay for. And the IDSA still holds to a at least a couple of decades out of date, according to the research, belief that chronic Lyme disease does not exist. And because of that standard and their proclamations, people all over this country, probably in the millions now at least, are going untreated for a stealth infection that is the greatest pandemic in the world right now by most accounts. Definitely the largest epidemic in the US, even according to the CDC, which personally I'm not a big fan of because they're in lockstep with the IDSA for a number of very self-interested and conflict of interest reasons. You can obviously find out more about that point of view from some of my other videos and a whole host of published peer-reviewed research that contradicts the position of both those organizations, that Lyme is not a hard-to-catch, easy-to-cure disease. It's a very, very tricky, widespread disease that's being spread quickly across the continent, across the globe, and is devastating individuals, killing them, devastating families, wrecking wealth, and causing devastation on many, many levels. So anyway, I'm really excited to be a part of this and to meet some of the amazing folks that have been working on this for years. Josh Cutler founded an organization called the May Day Project, and I'm really excited to get to stay tonight with two new friends, Aslam and her husband Wonder. Aslam's very active with the Lyme Disease Challenge, a project that was kind of inspired by the Ice Bucket Challenge, whereby Lyme patients, families, friends, and folks that aren't directly affected by Lyme yet are taking a bite out of Lyme on camera and challenging friends to do the same and contribute to the International Lyme and Associated Diseases Society, ILADS, which is kind of a competitive professional group to the IDSA that acknowledges the current science and the existence of chronic Lyme. And these are medical doctors that have taken special training in treating all kinds of tick-borne diseases, and they're trying to take care of people that have fallen through the cracks in this porous, quote-unquote, healthcare system, disease management system, Lyme patients, and a whole lot of other chronic illness patients that probably very well could have a stealth infection that's a part of their mix. Usually these things have multiple stimuli, multiple causes. It's not just one germ, one disease. And these doctors recognize that, and they're trying to be detectives to figure this problem out. So this is a really cool little park I'm walking through. It's got exercise stations. It's one of the few places I've been able to film without overwhelming traffic noise. And actually had my first tick bite in several years. First one actually since I got bit and got sick from Lyme. I probably had the bacteria and the infection for years and years from multiple tick bites since childhood, but my immune system was hanging in there until I got more than 20 nymph bites in Mammoth Cave National Park on a backpacking trip with my son in May of 2011, and that sent me over the edge and made me full-blown sick with Lyme and Bartonella and mold illness, it turned out. So I woke up the first morning in Greenbelt National Park 2 mornings ago to find what I think was an adult male Lone Star tick attached to my hip. I removed it. The Lone Star, according to Dr. Kerry Clark, a brilliant researcher who happens to be from Louisville, Kentucky, at the University of North Florida, Dr. Clark has confirmed that the Lone Star tick does carry the Borrelia burgdorferi bacteria that causes Lyme. It's in the process of trying to do research to verify that that tick can transmit the bacteria as well and inoculate humans and other mammals. It seems kind of intuitive that that's very likely the case. And so I take a tick bite from a Lone Star very seriously. Lone Stars are the most populous tick in the eastern U.S., from the south to all the way up to the north. They are the most aggressive tick toward humans. They produce the majority of tick bites, and in addition to the possibility of Lyme, they can pass along a lot of other really cruddy tick-borne diseases like ehrlichiosis and Rocky Mountain spotted fever, all of which can be just as debilitating as Lyme. And usually they come in combination because these ticks' guts are cesspools for pathogens. So I removed it properly, took my needle nose tweezers and got all the way down to the base and pulled a piece of my skin out with it to make sure I got the head, and kept the tick and ID'd it to make sure I was fairly certain what species it was and what stage of the life cycle, and cleaned the area, disinfected it, and then because I'm still a Lyme patient, I don't think you're ever completely a former, you're never cured, you're still going to carry the bacteria, you just get to a point where your immune system can handle it. And I carry doxycycline with me, which is very effective against Lyme disease if taken in the acute stages. So I started a prophylactic preventative course of doxycycline, and I'll continue that. But I feel confident, I'm not fearful, and I'm off to the next stage of this adventure. And reposted a video yesterday that I did on the AT about some Lyme myths. You can visit my YouTube channel at Logan McCulloch. If you're watching this, you're watching it on my Trek for Truth YouTube channel. But a lot of good Lyme disease info is on the Logan McCulloch page. All my videos from the Appalachian Trail 2013. Anyway, just wanted to check in, take the opportunity for some quiet time, let you know I'm hanging in there. A couple of days off in Greenbelt Park gave my blisters a chance to heal on my feet. My buddy Drew is sending me my hammock gear because I told I'm going to be able to hang on the C&O Canal Trail, plenty of trees, sleep much better in my hammock, and it keeps me off the ground and away from ticks, which thrills me too. And he's sending me a new pair of shoes, a pair of shoes that actually was the last pair I wore on the Appalachian Trail. I just opened them from my friends at Quest Outdoors in Louisville, thanks Scott Newsom. But I only got a few miles on them before I got sick with Giardia and had to get off the trail. So he's sending me those. I know they don't cause blisters, and they're really good at off-road real trail hiking, and I'm looking forward to that. So thank you, Drew. Hello to Gabe, my son, Cuz, my sister and brother-in-law, my nieces, all three of them, friends, family, and all my viewers really appreciate all the support and Facebook notes and such, and we'll keep you posted down the line. I'll do some videos at the IDSA conference, or protest. Thanks. Unitic out.